this Coreopsis, it's taken me to a different place in my mind, you know, just watching it gently move in a wind. I feel connected to the waves of the universe itself. I feel connected to a cosmic energy.
You feel cosmological.
I do. I feel cosmologically aligned. You know, I'm learning all things about myself and nature all at once just by watching the gentle movements. Did you ever think about how the waves in the water, like at the lake or the ocean, they're like the airwaves that you see translated through the branches and the leaves of this plant?
All that stuff.
Did you ever think about that
All
stuff?
that stuff. You're not thinking about that stuff, but you should be thinking about that stuff.
About that
you come out here
stuff.
and you think about that stuff when you're out here.
Come on it.
We's out here at Santa Fe Prairie, little remnant prairie donated from the Santa Fe Railroad. I don't know where they put it. The county or something? Who they donated
They gave
to?
it to. It's a conservation concern.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but they donate to somebody. They're taking care of it. They got all these nice plants out here. Get a couple old guys out here drinking, fishing, you know, getting hammered, and then going to kill a bunch of buckthorn. They actually do that. They come out and voluntarily do the stewardship thing and kill a buckthorn.
They're fishing, they're drinking, they're doing conservation.
And we're out here furiously drinking non-alcoholic beers. I just smoked a stogie. I haven't done that in about 7 years. But we're looking at some of these plants right out here. Look, you got your Coreopsis tripteris. We're not planting this enough. You got to be planting this in your yard. It gets 8 feet tall, but it doesn't overtake. Okay, see that stays thin. Look at this thing. God, those flowers smell incredible. And they're all over the spot. Look at that. Look at that. Just nodding to and fro, bobbing back and forth so gently. What's that remind you of?
There's definitely like an undulating, peaceful quality to it.
Right. It's like a wave. It's kind of like a wave machine of your mind. Look at those billboards down there. See, we're gonna vandalize those at some point. First, we're gonna come for the billboards, then we'll come for the buckthorn.
A couple more NA.
Look at this. Down here we got this thing just pops up. One of the two or three species of bone set we get. This is Eupatorium altissimum. You see there's not much of a petiole there, and you don't have that serrate margin. The other one you get is Eupatorium serotinum, which has a serrate margin and then a petiole.
So you're telling me that thing's gonna die back and then it comes back because it's got tubes in the ground? That's amazing.
But you're here in winter, you wouldn't even know it was there. Because it's herbaceous perennial. And then not to be confused with either of the species of Eups, over here we got this Agritina, okay? Same tribe of the daisy family, the stevia tribe, Eupatorium. You see those long ass styles, but it does look slightly different, okay? You gotta get to know them. You come down, look at the leaves over here, nice, and you got a broader leaf, and you got a petiole. And where's this? Kind of a shitty example of it. Look at there you go. Look how broad those leaves are. All right, those aren't Eup leaves. All right, that's Agritina altissima.
Not to be confused with Donnie's ex-girlfriend, Agrotina.
Another star of the generally wetter prairies, Helianthus grossus serratus. See that guy right there? Another bobber. It's another bob and weaves, goes back and forth, to and fro, real gentle like, and it'll soothe you. God, I hate those fucking billboards. I'm really coming for them one day. Where are the teenagers at? Supposed to be vandalizing those.
We got to do a PA. Hang on. I think this 0.5 alcohol is getting to me. We got to do a PSA out here because the village of Hodgkins, they routed their sewers over here to the Santa Fe Prairie. And now they're dumping water in there, completely submerging it 5 to 7 times a year. Used to be once a year. And we all know what happens when you inundate a mesic prairie with water. Ain't so mesic anymore. You know, it wants to be dry.
Let's do a nice shout out to the Hodgkins, Illinois Police Department right there behind a gas station.
You know, we have not had an officer-related assault since 2011 and counting. Maybe that's not true. Someone could look it up.
And they should put one of those signs right in front of the police department, just like you see in front of the factories when it says, you know, blank, blank, blank days since last accident.
And we may be joking around about the Hodgkins Police Department, but we are in fact not joking around about the municipality of Hodgkins dumping the sewer water all filthy dirty into the Santa Fe Prairie and inundating it. And, you know, those prairie plants, you know, they're Dolostone. Prairie, don't do too good.
Right, because you get dry prairie and wet prairie, and they're dumping it in a dry prairie.
They're dumping it in a dry prairie. They don't even care. So, you know, we got some, you know, do-gooder lawyers who want to volunteer and help the concern out here, you know, file some kind of lawsuit.
We tried asking Hodgkins. They didn't care.
They don't care.
They don't listen.
They don't. Hashtag Hodgkins don't care. Oh, they're breaking.
Oh, look at that soothing sound of the jolt, the slack action of the nearby train yard. Look at that. Look at it. Even the primrose family here. Onothera Gora. I think it used to be Gora was the genus. I forget. Either way, you could see that long. Look, that little red piece of the tube, that's actually the ovary. That's the fruit. Get a little capsule going off. And then there's those actual flowers with their, look, their dangly ass anthers popping off. Underappreciated plant of the prairie right here. And look at it, just does the same thing. Gets up tall so it can get pollinated, hit by the pollinators, get the seeds out there, all that shit, but stays relatively narrow, like a little, waving flag. Look at this, look at the monarda. Look at that. You're gonna get that, you get them little seeds, just take that whole verticillaster of an inflorescence off there, and look at get your tiny seeds out there, the oregano family. Native member of the oregano family. What you think about that?
Oh, you could get that. And you could, it does smell like oregano. That's real nice. Save all the seeds from the monard.
See them seeds? Those are all the seeds. See them seeds?
You could.
They just take them and you sow them outside in a flat. Put them outside in February. They do, do the default cold strat. Look at all that goddamn buckthorn. Somebody called a railroad, tell them they got an issue because they won't let those old guys come onto this property and cut this and spray it with herbicide. And then down there, it's got your nice understory of poison ivy. All right? Ugh. So allergenic plant that causes real bad rash, and you got this horrible invasive which is ruining Illinois ecology. Nice.
It would be a shame if someone were to come out here to the Santa Fe Prairie in Hodgkins and allegedly trespass to do some buckthorn remediation.
Silphium integrifolium. Look, these are going to seed too. They're going to seed. They're going to be ready. Just collect those little heads and take the seeds and sow them. You get a bunch going on. Look right here. See that? See all the seeds? The seeds are all occurring on that outer ring right there in that head. Look at that staghorn sumac. Wonderful native right there. Huh? How'd that? Look at the leaf margins there. All right? Dentate, serrate. Yeah, it's more like a serrate, I suppose. Beautiful. And they turn that bright red when the in a fall when the leaves are changing. What's this? Oh, look at that. That's a Sorghastrum natans. It's another wonderful native. There's those fruits too. The birds go batshit over it on fruits right there. Right? Easily replaces buckthorn, but you got to remove the buckthorn first, then fill it in with some nice staghorn sumac. So anyway, now we drank about, I don't know, 5 or 6 NA beers. And it's time to get out of here, dip out soon. But before we leave, we want to give a nice shout out over here at Santa Fe Prairie. You got something you want to say over there?
Yeah, I want to tell you, the I&M Canal Natural Heritage Corridor Civic Center Authority, September 16th. September 16th.
You got to come out there.
Come out here. They're going to clear the buckthorn. Come out and volunteer. You want to kill some buckthorn?
Right, there might be. I mean, there might be some people, having fun getting hammered, cutting buckthorn. I don't drink, but I'd come out here too. Everyone, and you could do this all over, all over the region where buckthorn's invasive. Just come out here, get a couple guys, whoever, a non-gender specific guy, give them a bunch of beers and chainsaws. Actually, that doesn't sound like it fits too good, but you get the idea.
Some lobbers.
And just tell them what buckthorn looks like. Give them a little, note card with the picture of the leaves and stuff, and I come out here and I just take it down.
It's just September 16th. Come on out and clear some buckthorn at the Santa Fe Prairie in Hodgkins, Illinois.
Don't say nothing about the cops over there too, because we don't want any repercussions. We're just joking. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what these flowers smell like. They smell kind of like raspberry flavor, almost like artificial raspberry. What's this guy passed out on a flower? They do. They smell kind of like artificial raspberry flavor. Look at those filers, how they recurve at the top, and you got the caliculi subtending a whole damn inflorescence.